Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. We're at 38 Perth Road today in Sunderland. I want to walk you through why we've purchased this property on a buy-to-let basis and what makes it a particularly good deal. So this is a 2-bedroom semi-detached house. It's got a large front garden, small rear garden, plenty of space upstairs in the bedrooms. It's got a modern kitchen, fairly modern inside the house in terms of the carpeting, the skirting boards, the boiler. Everything here is ready to go. So sometimes you'll get quite lucky and fortunate where you purchase a property slightly below market value that's ready to rent out straight away, and you don't need to spend any of your money or your time in getting it renovated. So this particular area in Sunderland, Perth Road in Plains Farm, is a pretty good location to purchase because it's very popular for families. It's good and close by schools. So when you're looking to rent it out, you normally get a tenant who's going to want to stay here long term. Because the place is being renovated to a good standard by the actual owner, we're not going to have to spend any more money in investing into this property, and the tenant who's going to be looking to rent this will likely have a slightly higher standard of living and maintain the property quite well. So we purchased this property for $74,000, slightly below market value. You can check this on Rightmove by checking the recently sold prices. Very easy to do. Log in, type in Sunderland or look at the nearby streets, and then you can see the prices of comparable properties. So where we bought this for $74,000, neighbouring property in the same street sold at $85,000 within the last 12 months. You'll see a couple of sold signs as well within this street, and those kind of sales figures will come up within the next 3 to 4 months. So when you see comparable sale prices that are higher than what you're looking to purchase at in a lower rated condition, that's a very good indication that you're onto a good deal. So what I want to do now is just walk you through the property, show you exactly why I bought this house, the good points about this property, some of the more common problems that you should expect to be fixing in the house, and a rough approximation on the pricing. So we'll go through the lounge. Carpets and flooring generally will normally change them. You're looking at around £1,000 to do the downstairs and upstairs carpets. Whether that's wooden flooring or carpets, you'll find laminate flooring's a little bit cheaper. These fireplaces over here, they're quite common in these older houses. We'll normally rip them out, but where this is not gas and it's actually on electric, we're going to be keeping it. Okay, so the light fixtures, we want to keep the pendant. We will normally find the walls have old Artex or wallpaper. That can be a big cost. You're looking at between £2,000 to £2,500 to redo the outside walls, remove the plasterboard, reskirt it by skimming, and then finish off by repainting the whole place. That's quite a large cost, so if we can avoid that expense, it's always beneficial. Got a really good kitchen here. This is slightly higher than the standard I would normally be refurbing the average property to, so it's quite nice that we've got that added benefit in this particular house. It's got nice splashback tiles, matching colours on the outside, white cabinets and a brown countertop. The colours really complement each other. I quite like it, it's to my taste. So this is around £2,000 to £2,500 that we've saved on the actual kitchen. We've got the boiler just behind us in this little cupboard located over here. Average boiler, if you wanted to replace a boiler, which you might have to factor into costings if it's more than 8 years old, it will probably go bust in around 2 to 3 years. So it's always good to factor in an extra £1,500 for that new boiler. Light fixtures in the ceiling is a very easy job for an electrician if he's going to be in the property anyway. So if you can get him to stick in some LED lights into the kitchen, that's always an added benefit. So we're going to take a look upstairs now. That's pretty much downstairs covered. Kitchen is really got to be the wow factor. That's what the tenants are going to walk in and say, wow, I want to take this place, and the bathroom. So I'll show you what we've got upstairs and give you an idea of what you can do in your houses. Okay guys, if you come and join me upstairs, we're going to go through the landing up the stairs and take a look at the bedrooms. While you're coming upstairs, I'll point out a few things in this house that I quite liked. Because the owner owned this property, he did the renovation himself, so I can't take credit for any of it. But what's nice is when you've got an owner that renovates the property, he normally pays attention to these details. We always pay attention to these details when we're looking to rent it out because we notice them, and consequently your tenant's going to notice them as well. These little chrome beams over here that are separating the carpet to the wooden flooring, they're nice touches. Something very small and cheap makes a big difference, makes the place look a little bit more modern. A nice wooden flooring over here, which is a decent neutral color. For when you're walking into the house, it just feels a lot nicer than having those solid tiles in the house, which also can be quite cold when you're leaving. These small touches do make the place a lot nicer. Okay, so we've got the guest bedroom over here, which is slightly smaller than the master bedroom, but it's still a decent sized double bedroom. Again, very basic, nice and simple, decent plain carpets over here, neutral colors. The walls over here aren't particularly to my taste. I probably would have gone for a white finish, but where they are still freshly clean, we're going to just rent it out in its current state because it's got a good bathroom, it's got a good kitchen. I don't think we need to spend any more money in this particular house. And if we did rent out this property with a white finish as opposed to the blue and the green, we're not going to get any more than the 525, which would be the ceiling for this particular house. So I'll show you the master bedroom in here, which is a really big size, slightly bigger than the average 2-bedroom that you would get in Sunderland. Again, you've got the green wall and you've got the magnolia painted wall, but these are very small details here. We're not going to be lowering our rent, and we're not going to really be affected by this, so we're just going to leave it as it is. Carpets are clean, skirtings have been redone, so this place is ready to go. Finally finish off in the bathroom, and I'll give you a summary of the costings for this house, the kind of rent that we're going to be achieving, and give you an idea of the comparable sale prices to this particular house. You can do your own comparisons online on Rightmove, because that's exactly where I get my price comparisons to see exactly where these property values have been in the last 6 months to a year. Lastly, we've got the bathroom. Now, you shouldn't really cut corners in the bathroom over here. I'm not saying go overboard and spend too much money, but you certainly need to have this place into a nice standard because this is the second wow factor of the house, kitchen and the bathroom. So what the owner's done over here is he's actually got a towel rail already installed into this bathroom. He's got a decent bath. He's got chrome beams that just go around the outside. He's got the towel rail that comes on here. A nice addition for the shower, which is connected to the gas mains. Some people prefer an electric shower, but it really just does depend on the person. This bathroom here would have cost around £1,500 to do. You can get carried away by fully tiling the place, but in reality, if a particular tenant comes in and wants to put a soap holder in and drills a couple holes into those tiles, when you come to re-rent that place, you're going to have to replace those tiles. So it's not very cost effective to tile up a rental property. You're better off using cladding, which still looks good. So £1,500 for the full bathroom renovation, and about £150 for this towel rail. I would definitely include the towel rail, these little beams in the property when you're going through it, having a nice shower head in the house, so when the tenant's looking to go for it, they will be wowed and they won't really have any second doubts on whether they want to take this place or not. Okay, so over here we've got the front garden. Got a massive front and side garden, not much of a back garden, but what's good about this property is we've got plenty of parking for 3 cars. If the tenant's going to have children or they're going to have 2 cars, we've got plenty of space here. It's going to be a low maintenance garden over here. The UK weather will water these little trees over here. If they get overgrown, cross our fingers, the tenant is going to maintain them. If they don't, it's going to be something that we're going to have to be responsible for later down the line. But as you can see, there's a lot of space over here. This is a real unique selling point for the property. We actually rented this property on the first viewing at the asking price of £525 within 3 days of putting it on the market. So it just goes to show what that little bit extra attention to detail will get you when you're looking to rent it out. So I'll just show you the rear garden, have a look at it, not much of a rear garden, and then we'll be done for this house. Okay, so we've got this rear garden, not much, but it is a little bit of space, low maintenance, grass is being cleanly cut. There's not going to be much for the tenant to be responsible over here. What I didn't like is the fact that the shared fences over here that connect the gardens are quite low, so you haven't got a lot of privacy here. That's not a problem for the tenants that we're targeting, however, it would have been a problem for me. I wasn't looking at my personal emotional reasons why I wanted to buy the house. I was specifically looking at what are the tenants looking for right now in the area, and when we're looking to sell it in 4, 5, 6 years time, what will the first time buyers look at? And this won't be a problem. So really, again, forget about your emotional attachments to the house and purchase it for other people's requirements or your target market. All right guys, so we've had a look at the house. I've explained why I think this is a good deal, why we've gone for the property, what's good about this particular house, and what you'd normally find you'd need to replace when you're walking through a property and inspecting it before you put an offer in. Now I want to explain how this is going to financially benefit us, and you can use the same calculations when you're working out how another property will financially benefit yourselves. So we bought this property, as I said, for £74,000. If you're purchasing this property as a buy-to-let basis, you need to put a down payment of 25%, which is going to be £18,500. Solicitors, we pay £1,000. If you shop around and you look at the right sites and you spend a little bit of time, you can normally get them for around the same price. High street solicitors will normally try to charge between £1,500 to £1,600. The mortgage advisor, which I'd recommend you use on all transactions, because they'll ensure that you're always using the right lender and they're up to date with who's giving the best offers or promotions in the market. Whether you're buying it as a limited company or buying it in your personal name, it's critical you know which lender to use. Until you're at the point where you're quite comfortable and you know which lenders will generally be the same ones that you're going to be using, but that will take you some time. So our mortgage advisor charges us £500 on every application and £300 for the valuation. So the total cost for this property in terms of cash that you've got to put in is £20,300. Now the rent on this property will be £525. On an annual basis, that's £6,200. If you bought this property outright in cash, it'd be generating you an 8.5% rental yield. Because you've bought this property with a mortgage and you've used the bank's money, you're going to be getting a 30% return on the actual £20,300 you've put in cash into this property. What that means is it will take you 3 years of renting this property out at £6,200 to get most of your money back. It'll be about 3.5 years until you get your money back, which is a great investment. You can't get this kind of return anywhere else in the market. Banks will probably give you 1 to 2%. You might be able to put your money in bonds, but we're not here today to discuss where you could and where you can put your money. It's more or less around what this property is going to be generating for us and what it could generate for yourself. So thanks for watching, guys. If you've got any comments, please leave them below and we'll come back to you. If you want to subscribe to our channel to get all the latest videos that we're going to be putting up, whether you're looking to start investing or whether you are currently investing in property, there'll be a lot of videos that will be beneficial, that'll give you some pointers or things you may not have looked at in the past to just enhance your future investments that you're buying, whether it's in London or it's in the northeast of the UK like ourselves. Cheers guys, have a good day and I'll catch you later.